Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about Oscar Piastri's thoughts on fighting for the world title this year, as well as some of Lewis Hamilton's comments following a difficult Chinese Grand Prix. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Piastri, who wants to follow Max Verstappen's lead in fighting for the World Championship. Now, as we know, McLaren are the team to beat at the moment. It's quite close in qualifying between McLaren and their competitors, but then you get to the Grand Prix and McLaren just have the best car. You know, they've got the best tyre wear, so they're able to look after their tyres much better than teams around them and combine that with a quick car. And yeah, McLaren are the team to beat. But things can change really quickly. Look at Red Bull last year. They started the season as the team to beat, as the strongest team, but then as the year went on, they started to struggle and teams caught up and it became a real challenge for them to fight for the title. In the end, they did not win the Constructors, but Max Verstappen was still able to win the Drivers' title, and that was for two reasons. Firstly, he capitalised on having a dominant car at the start of the season, picking up so many race wins. And then secondly, as the car started to become a struggle as the season went on, he still managed to get the most out of the car, was still finishing in decent points position to help keep his points gap alive, and in the end, it helped him win the world title. And Piastri hopes to follow in Verstappen's footsteps from last season in taking wins while having a dominant car before rivals could potentially catch up. Piastri was quoted by Racing News 365 as saying, "I think it's very, very early, clearly, but I think no matter how short or long the championship is, you need to maximise the car that you have every race. I think we saw last year that Verstappen was able to win the championship by capitalising on the car he had in the first part of the year. Obviously, he did a good job throughout the rest of the year as well, but he built the gap when he had the ability to do so. That's an important thing at the moment as well, because you never know when someone's going to find some speed with an upgrade or find something in how they operate the car." But let's move on to Ferrari, with Lewis Hamilton responding to his struggles at the Chinese Grand Prix. Now, the weekend as a whole was a tale of two halves. It started so well for Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton took the sprint pole, he took the sprint win, he won that race by around 7 seconds, so things were looking really encouraging going forward. But then in main qualifying, Hamilton was only going, 5th fastest, while Charles Leclerc qualified 6th, and that's exactly how they finished the Grand Prix, 5th and 6th. To make matters worse, both Leclerc and Hamilton were disqualified for car infringement, and if you want to find out more about that, make sure to check out my other videos. But on the whole, during the Grand Prix, Ferrari just seemed to be lacking the pace that they needed. And reflecting on the Grand Prix after jumping out of the car and before the disqualification, Hamilton said, "I feel okay. I wasn't able to get the result that I was hoping for today. I needed a good start, which I got, and I was trying to see if I could pounce forwards, but I just didn't have the pace of the cars up ahead. And just balance-wise, from the sprint race, we made these changes and the car was terrible after that, so I really struggled with the car from then on." Now, Hamilton did speak about these changes after qualifying 5th for the Chinese Grand Prix, saying that the changes had been made to try and help the team in race trim, but obviously that did not work. But Hamilton does feel there are positives to take from the Chinese Grand Prix weekend, and pushed on whether the knowledge that those setup changes were the reason behind the struggles and would help him take the positives from the weekend and his strong performance in the sprint. Hamilton answered, "Yeah, definitely. I think it's good learnings, and hopefully we won't do that again as I continue to learn this car. I think there's definitely positives to take from the weekend. Obviously, we're losing ground to the McLarens points-wise, McLaren and Mercedes and Max Verstappen, but we've just got to keep pushing." But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.